chapter review of the book Kindred by Octavia Butler, chapter Fire by Vasyl Kotenko. So in chapter Fire, the author tells us about describing how Rufus and the woman meet. It's the first time she travels through time and space to him. And yeah, the author describes the environment where people were living in. This is a description of Rufus when the woman sees him for the first time. She says, quote, "His environment has left its unlikable marks on him, but in the ant-bedlam South, I could have found myself at the mercy of someone much worse. Could have been descended from someone much worse." This quote, how it resonated with me, because children is basically the face of the generation, because children act the way that older people teach them, and they always take all of the traits to an extreme level. So woman realized that, and that's how she concluded that she could be in much worse situation, and she got back on track. The other quote about environment, when the woman is just having thoughts about white and black differentiation at that time, and she says, quote, "The possibility of meeting a white adult here frightened me more than the possibility of street violence ever had at home." So she's comparing two big problems. At that time it was slavery. At her time, at author's time, it's gun violence. And yeah, the way that I resonated with this quote is that because thinking back, the times had changed, the society evolved from that superiority type of behavior when your status is dictated by the race. In part 6, author describes a regular looking patroller, and what resonated with me is that always the poor guys who didn't have any type of skill or any type of knowledge, they couldn't make that they would try to monetize, basically make a business out of it. They would always join the physical or easy money, that kind of opportunity to grow in a social ladder. And she says, a patroller was a white man, usually young, often poor, sometimes drunk. He was a member of a group of such men organized to keep the blacks in line. So another thing that resonated with me is that it was almost like a community of patrollers, like a force which united them, and also that's why they were existent, because it's not like one person has this thought of keeping somebody in check. It's like that everywhere. Everybody's on the same page. Also in this chapter, author describes the relationship between the woman and her husband, Kevin. So we can clearly see how much in love they are and how much support they have for each other. It resonates with me because clearly the whole entire story we talk about, like man and woman, and there's rape here and there, and family values are described in a way that, like it's almost horrible. And we see a relationship between these two, and it's completely opposite. Quote, he gave me a long, thoughtful look, and then he said, just keep coming home. He said finally, I need you here too.